This your boy Moolah. This We Got That Fat podcast, man. We back with it. What are we doing? We back at it. Let's go right into it.
This right if a burglar breaks in, if I live alone and a burglar comes in,
Standard.
exactly. So we do get protection and we do get $35K a month. Now remember, this is pretty good considering in all other time periods you would have been a peasant.
That's what we would
Okay.
like to, but I don't think the men nowadays will be that type of protector and provider anyway.
Of course they would.
They would.
No man ain't laying in a bed while the dog gets
Oh,
banged up. They're going to the front.
Never know.
What do you think they're going to make you push you
Well-
forward and say, go, go?
That's how I see the men nowadays, yeah.
Well, that's a beta, man. That's a whole.
Okay, y'all need to look. It's there. Are modern women really single by choice on the board? I am the prize. I can't settle. Fat whores. 170 pounds and 5'8" men. I guess they not settling for no short dudes. I guess.
That's a whole nother.
That's another debate.
Yeah, but if you see those kind of men, then you should actually be looking.
I didn't say that I was going for them.
Exactly. So then why are you complaining about them?
No, I'm saying that it
So-
exists. That's because that's the reason why I'm saying the men are different. That's the reason why the women settle for
No.
less or don't settle at all.
There have always
Wait,
been-
okay.
Throughout history, there have always been men like.
Settle for less? Is it settling for less? Is it settling for less?
Of course,
So-
but now they're more visible.
My point is, if that is all you're seeing, then you should actually change your vision.
I didn't say that.
Exactly.
I said
so,
I've seen example. I didn't say that is all I see.
So then why?
So then why are you arguing it?
No, but that's not, no. But we were talking about the
Okay,
fact that
do you believe
a man would never do it, and I'm saying it could.
okay. Do you believe that the majority of men would protect their women if a burglar
Yes.
came? Okay, so
That's-
but the majority of women are overweight and the majority of women would be considered whores in any other time period. So you keep saying the men have changed, but who's changed more, the men or the women? Come on. Come on.
the women are to blame.
Come on.
Easy
The women are to
pick.
blame, so I'm gonna say the women. But
All
to
right,
me,
we-
my point of view would be that we both changed.
But who changed first?
That's a different question.
No, I'm asking you.
I-
See, do you
I'm gonna
see?
tell.
You see how women? It's like as soon as an answer makes us look bad, we can't answer it.
No, it's not about look bad.
But
It's
that's
like
not
I would
all
like to
women.
understand
Not
why
all women are fat
women
whores.
have changed.
Just answer the goddamn question.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, let's. This is such an educational show. I like.
So, I mean,
I-
if we look at the exchange of value, a lot of women make more than 35K in the UK. So
No,
it's
they
not just
don't.
money.
No, they don't. The majority of women do not.
All my
They-
friends
they-
make more than that.
The stats are still the same. One, just because a couple people making more,
They-
don't
that's
change
what
the
they,
facts.
that's what most women will say. But then you see, you're saying that men care about your money. They don't care. Yep, I make a lot of money. Men don't give a shit. Men don't
But
care.
then what do we need them for? They're not providing.
Well, you see, I'm glad you said that because it actually shows what I'm going to show next. And I want you to put that on a poster right there. What do we need men for? I want us to focus on that right there. Telling on herself, no offense. But so here
Let's go, Pearl. Get him. Get him, get him, get him.
is the family. Okay, so here is this lovely family, and it was in love, and this was like 100 years ago. Okay, and the
Can we
women.
say 60 years ago at least?
No, because I'm gonna go to 100.
Go on.
Because this all started 100 years ago, and the woman said to the men, hey honey, I want to vote. And the men said, I don't know. And a lot of wives protested this. They said, women, we shouldn't vote. But the men said, okay, fine, honey, here's your right to vote. Now the women get to vote. And now 50 women are 55% of the politicians. So the politicians have to now pass policies that benefit us and not the men. And women said, I want to work. And the men said, all right, honey, fine, you can go to work, right? So now we get to sit at a desk and now we're working. Okay, woohoo. Okay, so then we get to work. And then the politicians come in and say, ladies, now that you're working, why don't you guys, let's put in some policies that benefit you. So what they did was divorce, that was for women. Child support, that was for women. Me Too, so let me just accuse men of raping me for no reason. You know, and the law will back you up. Child support, divorce, Me Too, and alimony, which shows that inherently women we are not good people. I don't know why. Because whenever, you know, she said, what do I need a man for? Whenever women get leverage in a relationship, they make money, they view their men as useless. And that is what we've shown in history, because women got all this power, which was given to us by the men. And then we used it to break up our families. Yep. Because for whatever reason, when women get money, they don't use it to benefit the family, they use it to benefit themselves. Yeah.
Boom.
We're the men, and the equivalent of that. It's funny you say that, because what if a man got money and ditched his wife? We would think that is terrible.
But what if you're single? If you're single, it's different.
Well, okay,
Don't
so
have
let's
family
talk
as
about,
well.
you know, we have had so much ground today. This might be my favorite show I've ever done. Because you guys are actually asking the good questions. So, okay, what do you make a year?
Over 60K after tax.
Okay, can we pull up the delusion calculator? I think that would be the best step going forward.
What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah.
Digital marketing, communications.
Yeah, she's gonna leave here. She's like, I want to do that. Just kidding. So I'm gonna redraw these men. Isn't it nice with the visual aid? I just think the whiteboard like adds another level.
So you actually exist, a delusion calculator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
real
Wow.
thing.
Yeah. So what's your age
can
range
calculate
of
yours.
men you're looking?
never.
Yeah, go ahead. So what's
I'm
your
gonna
age?
go.
What's your age range? Go ahead.
25 to 35.
What color? I mean, do you care?
I like mixed race.
Okay. I think that would be black in the
Are you
census.
interested in married men?
Okay.
And he has to be tall
Okay. So,
and funny.
is it when you say mixed, like black and white?
Just, yeah, mixed.
Okay. Well, I was gonna.
Any color or any race?
No, she's saying mixed, but I
I'd
think
say-
in the census, if you're mixed, you put black. If it's black and
Yeah.
white.
Yeah.
So I think we can't. It doesn't go that specific. What? I just
Minimum
think.
height above 6 foot.
Okay, above 6 foot. What about obese men?
No.
Okay. How much does he have to make?
Over 40K.
40K. So he can make less than you then?
I'd prefer it to be more, but that's the minimum. I mean,
Okay,
okay, let's
okay,
say
so-
50K. Let's say
Yeah,
50K.
this is US, but the numbers are really similar in terms of like it's not that different. So 55 just put because that's the equivalent roughly. All right, what percent I want to start. What percent of men do you think fall into those categories?
Probably like 10%.
Okay, go ahead. 0.24%.
What?
So my question for you is, do you think you're in the 0.24% of
Delusion.
women?
Yeah.
You think really? You think okay? Who's a 10? That's a 10. Who is a 10 in Hollywood?
Beyonce.
You think you're as hot as Beyonce?
Not as hot as Beyonce, but
Okay, so you're not a 10 then.
I don't think I'm a 10.
Okay, so what do we rate ourselves? Looks. It starts with looks for men.
An 8.
Okay. Who do you think is an 8 in Hollywood? An 8, I would say 8 to 10 means you.
Look, can't even figure this shit out. They be quick to say. Oh, so you're hot as Beyonce. No, I'm an 8. So who is an 8 then?
could model. That you are like as
I
hot
don't
as
know.
models. Who's an 8 in Hollywood?
I can't think at the top of my head.
Okay.
Told you. I
I'm
told
which
y'all.
one?
I told y'all.
No.
Looks-wise.
A girl.
A girl.
All right. What about
What in the hell? I just hit Chris Brown. So you look like Chris
I
Brown?
feel like you're,
All right,
you're an
shorty.
honest chick. Who's an 8 in Hollywood? What?
Hollywood.
A girl, not a guy.
8.
I mean, now I don't really know, but I would have said back in, say, the 90s, someone like Jennifer Aniston,
Okay. You think you're as hot as Jennifer Aniston?
as she was in the 90s.
In the
not now.
90s.
Yeah.
Okay. Then where are your Jennifer Aniston results?
Well, she
That-
got
I
money,
think
though.
that's with access though.
No, it's
Don't
not.
mind
I'm
them.
telling you, women that look like Jennifer Aniston, the men find them. They're not. So
It's not that I don't have options. I've got options, but I
Here we go with this shit. If you had the options and it was the right options that you wanted, why are you single?
you know, I've got,
But they are not the
I've got
options
high
you
standards. It's not the
want.
options I want. Yeah.
Exactly, that's the point.
He's upset.
He's so upset today. Upset.
See, they say this shit all the time. They don't even understand what they saying. They got options. The ones you don't want, are they really options? Because you're making it seem like you the dude now. You just gonna bang them and then just like go about your way. I'm pretty sure that's not how it's gonna work. You just get them on the side. Just to say I got options.
Reality is, like, I'm not even trying to be mean. There's a term for it. It's called cognitive dissonance, when you can't relate reality with what, like, the
Is
stats
going
are
on.
saying. Yeah, like what, like literally your life literally gives you all the answers, but you for some reason you can't make those connections and see where you need to improve, because you're either lost in some fantasy, or you've believed something about something that has thrown you off what reality actually tells you.
Do you believe that this is still going to be a choice though? Because let's say now, yeah, you have lived a certain type of life that you feel like because of the life that you lived, you can't improve yourself anymore or improve yourself to the level of the type of men that you want. So that's the reason why you choose to be by yourself.
No,
Is it still not your choice?
But here's the thing. The thing is that when it comes to dealing with reality, what a lot of women don't know how to.
Hold on, woman. You're saying it's your choice. It's your choice because dude don't want you. And other dudes want you, but you don't want them. So with that being said, if dude was tomorrow, I'm locked down. I'm in a relationship. You wouldn't be like, I'm single by choice. If that dude came that you wanted, but he's not coming, so now you're single by choice because you don't want shit at the bottom of the barrel.
Do is realize that there's actually a ceiling for everyone.
Yeah, of course.
So no matter how much you want to improve, some people would never get 9 results because they are just not 9s.
Fully.
yeah.
That's why I'm
And
saying.
you know what?
You
could
settle.
be a 5 and improve and maybe be a 6.
Well, I don't think I'm a
But,
five.
but
I'm
most
not
people are
really.
5s. That's
Or
the
maybe
thing.
not even improving at all.
Most people are 5s because 5 is average. But when we hear average, most men understand this, but a lot of women have a visceral reaction to average because they think it's such a bad thing. But most people are average. And the reason why you see people in Hollywood, usually when it comes to looks, is because they are well above average.
Yeah.
And go and look at most of the Hollywood stars' stories. A lot of them were found in some village somewhere. It's not even a thing where they were all born in Hollywood. No.
Most of
A
it's
lot
connection.
stars were
Oh,
found
they-
in
But it's still,
Hollywood.
but,
It's not connection,
but the
it's literally-
question,
It's all about who
literally
you know
they
in
were
Hollywood.
found in some.
Hell no.
But
That's
but you
so
still didn't
wrong.
reply to me.
Margot Robbie's from
somewhere.
Australia, and she was one of
She
the
was in
top.
Neighbours before she was
the-
in Hollywood.
I mean, we what? Go ahead,
No, what-
King.
King. But you still didn't reply to my question. So don't you think it's a choice though?
Choice to do what?
The fact that you're just single
Just-
because you can't improve yourself to a certain level. So you're just gonna
Okay.
No, it's not a choice.
I
because
know,
if-
you know
if
what?
you got the guy you wanted,
Mhm.
you would not
Yeah.
be single. So it's not really a choice. Your choices might lead you to.
There you go. Y'all heard him. If she got the guy she wanted, she wouldn't be single. But she couldn't get him. Now she's single by choice. Fuck out of here.
That final conclusion where you eventually don't get any man, but it's not a choice you made.
I actually know.
Okay, it's subjective.
I actually know an obese chick that got a high value guy, but she was just a perfect wife. She had everything else. It happens. Rare though. Rare. Don't. That's not a dream to
Don't
anybody.
put your eggs in that
Don't
basket.
put your eggs in that. But yeah, so let's go back to the. All right. So here. So these are the men that the women that these men would wife, right? And then they're still gonna cheat though. Don't worry. So they're still gonna.
That's girls.
And the problem with the dating market is all of these chicks here that are pretty much average, they're really, and their whole life has shown them that they're average and they're not above average, just average, think that they deserve this guy who is a Chris Brown level. When really, These girls can barely get this guy. And if they were at this level, they would have a ring from those men. And yeah, and I come.
But those kind of men at that level, they don't wife anyone, I don't think.
Okay, let's
just
talk
cheat.
about those
They're not
men.
loyal.
Thank you. Maybe
Now
they-
here's the problem. Women are living this what I call la la land. Now this is again from hundreds of shows where women think, and they do this in their 20s. Who here has had a blue check mark? Message them. Guy that's a blue check, famous, rich, right?
Oh.
Nothing. You've never met one.
No,
But I
I've
thought-
met rich, but not blue tick.
Okay, well not blue tick. Okay. Well, what did he do?
He's the founder of a tech company. He's a millionaire.
Okay, millionaire. And what happened with him?
So we went on a few dates.
Okay, but it didn't pan into.
Yeah, I'm not really. Dating's not my top priority
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. Now, what I
Y'all heard that? All cap. She got a millionaire, but dating is not her top priority, but she want a man. What the fuck is we
say
talking
is
about?
these women are in la la land, right? Because typically, again, they think they're here. This is what they think, but this is where they are. Now, la la land, and they typically believe that these men do not settle down. And that is typically because the only men they see are celebrities. Not saying you, but this is just typically what happens. Entertainers, etc. Where really the men that are actually up here are pretty boring guys. Like, yeah, it's not the exciting. It's like guys that really do the same thing every day. They work long hours. They don't even really have time to cheat. I mean, they'll still find a way. They'll find time, but in general, they don't really have time to cheat like that because they're working 12-hour days. Yeah, and those men are actually more likely to be married. Yeah, rich men marry more than poor men.
True.
Yeah, it's actually a rich person's game. So again, if you're not getting marriage from these men, it's just typically because you're not these women. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think I'm an average chick. I think most chicks are average. But the problem is everybody's telling us we're not average. And I think it's okay to be average. Go ahead, King.
And another trap a lot of women tend to fall into is, like you said, when women start making money, they then think that their money adds value to them in terms of what men look for, when literally it doesn't. So you come into a man's world, the masculine world, you start making money, and then you start to think like a man, which is a very big problem. Now, men, when we want to attract someone, we go into the world, we try to gather resources, and that's how we attract women. But when you women come into the man's world and start making money, you then start to think like men and think that just because you've made 5 million, then now you deserve a man that earns 5 million. That's not how it works.
And the other
You get the 5 million man by being everything that's opposite to that kind of woman that can earn 5 million.
Which are the traditional values.
Traditional values,
Exactly.
Yeah, and what goes back to what I call a cope. No offense, guys. I'm gonna write down things that you guys have said this show, but it's not about you. Just I would have written these down anyway. I'm single by choice. That's a cope, and my